What is that? Oh! Hurry up! What's that?
It's real. Back it up.
Go!
I'm trying to back up. I can't.
Come here. Come on. This way.
Something is going to happen because it's not fucking your back.
Holy!
In this extra-large, supersized video, you will encounter tons of carefully curated clips of pure nightmare fuel. We've spent countless hours of research in order to bring you the scariest camping encounters of them all.
What is that? Oh!
No filler around here, so grab some snacks, grab a friend, and turn on a light. It's about to get terrifying. Tunnel of Terror. What would you do if you stumbled across an abandoned tunnel while on a seemingly normal camping trip? Would your curiosity get the better of you, or would you leave well enough alone? For those that would brave a venture into the great beyond, let this next video be a lesson to you. Sometimes it's better to leave your curiosity at home. The man in this video is a pretty popular hiker and explorer who, while out on a regular old camping trip, stumbles across a tunnel of sorts, apparently nicknamed Spooner's Tunnel.
What? I want to be spending a night in this thing. Oh no.
It's an old railway tunnel, built in 1891 and abandoned in 1955, and has been sitting empty ever since, which will make sense why in just a minute.
It's too dark to go in there without any form or source of light, so that's the next thing we need to get out of the pack. It's a really good torch, as you can see. It pretty much shone right down to the end of the tunnel there, so this thing will do the trick, I'm sure.
The man and his dog, Max, decide to brave the journey inside, which the two happen to regret almost immediately.
This is the freaky thing. When I turn this light off, it is totally pitch black and silent. You ready? Here we go.
The tunnel is completely pitch black and totally silent, which creates an entirely unsettling atmosphere. The man decides, for whatever reason, to stay the night here in the tunnel. So he makes camp and begins to prepare for his slumber. Little does he know though, it'll be a while before he can ever sleep soundly again. Suddenly, his camera equipment starts making strange sing-song noises to the tune of Happy Birthday.
Gosh damn, tripod. I hear some sort of tune. Max, come here.
To which he's never heard his camera do. It's a pretty strange series of noises, and it definitely unsettles the man. He begins to feel like he isn't alone, so upon further inspection, he walks forward, hoping to find the source of the feeling.
I don't know if you guys can hear this on the camera, but there's something. What is that?
He happens upon what looks like a children's toy of some kind, just laying abandoned in the middle of the tunnel.
Hello?
Just as soon as he pans his camera back from the toy, a man can be seen creeping out from some kind of manhole on side of the tunnel.
What is that? Oh!
And just like that, he yells for Max to follow him as he breaks into a run.
What is that? Oh! Hurry up! Max!
The video ends there, and our imaginations are left to wander. Who was that man? And what was with the child's toy? And the camera playing Happy Birthday? Is this a David Lynch movie? Or is this somehow reality?
What is that? Oh! Hurry up!
The GoPro tapes. A group of campers stumble across an abandoned GoPro in the middle of nowhere, and with no one around to claim it, decide to check the footage out of curiosity. Upon reviewing it, they learned that curiosity is not always for the faint of heart. The following footage is short and sweet, but the creepiness factor is off the charts. There's something about it that just doesn't sit right. The footage shows a couple of mountain bikers cutting up through a dense forest, and when the camera pans to the right, a strange-looking figure can be spotted to the left, and a scream sounds somewhere in the distance. The two bikers notice it immediately, turn to look at one another, and decide not to stick around to find out what the figure was or what exactly it wanted. The figure looks to be wearing some kind of white mask of sorts, perhaps as a prank or some kind of student film. Whatever it is, it's not something you want to stumble upon at any time of the day. While the context surrounding the video footage is scarce, it really leaves your mind to wonder. What exactly was going on here? What do you think? Some kind of prank or someone with not so normal intentions? Let us know down below. The Creeper. This one is not for the faint of heart. In fact, it contains some of the most truly unsettling imagery ever captured on camera and is bound to stay imprinted upon your brain for years and years to come. It's one of those clips that you'll replay over and over again just to try to make sure that what you're seeing is real. Well, it is. And before you begin, just make sure you're ready. Are you sure? Well, okay. The video itself doesn't have a lot of context behind it, but what we know is that it was captured by a group of campers, and none of them have been the same since that fateful night. At first, we see a thick, dense woods reveal itself, glowing eerily in the bask of a night vision camera. The forest is quiet, too quiet, and the night is so superbly still that it lingers upon the back of the neck. The camera pans across the trees when all of a sudden, a figure makes itself known. The face of the figure is unlike anything you've ever seen before. It's like something out of a horror movie. It stares off into the distance at the camera person until it quickly moves to the left and out of the frame. The video unfortunately ends there, with little to no other information about it made available on the internet. Whatever happened next has to be left to the imagination. Bigfoot or bust. The next clip is short, sweet, and terrifying in that order. There's absolutely no context, as the original poster could not be verified. In fact, the clip was extremely hard to source. That being said, the circumstances make it even more terrifying. Where did the clip come from, and why is it so hard to verify? It makes it all the more menacing indeed. The footage is simple enough. It shows a forest somewhere in the dark of night, with a strange creature lurking in between the trees. It's hard to make out what it is, but it feels not of this earth. Very eerie and strange in nature. A lot of people are saying it's a Bigfoot sighting. Others are not so convinced. Whatever it is, it's nothing you're looking to see all alone in the night, that's for sure. Tree Trickster. Whatever's happening in this next one is something you will not soon forget. A father and two sons are out on their yearly camping trip when together they capture something that will shake them to their very core. Just as they're about to settle into camp, one of the sons begins to see something strange moving around in the distance. Uncertain if he's just dog-tired or really seeing something moving out there, he asks his brother and father for confirmation if they can see it too.
Behind the tree!
Where? Where?
Right there!
Where?
Behind the tree!
What tree?
That tree!
Which one?
That
They don't. So the three go on getting camp ready for bed. A little later on, a few strange noises occur, and quickly, all three are in close alignment. Something is going out there, that's for sure.
Which one? This one here?
What do you think we're talking about? There he is.
The father begins to record, as again, his son is certain he sees something strange moving out in the thicket. The son is begging his father to see what he's seeing, but the father isn't able to see what his son sees.
Where?
The three engage in a little bit of a tussle attempting to locate the movement, and suddenly, the camera captures it before the camera sees it. There's a strange, white figure lurking carefully behind one of the trees. It looks as though it's actively avoiding being caught, but it's definitely there, and its appearance is definitely unsettling, to say the least. It looks like a human, possibly, wearing some kind of cloak of some sorts. Suddenly, the father spots the figure and hollers for everyone to run and run fast.
This is a prank, I know.
Go! Go! I just saw him. Go.
The camera cuts to a backseat window of their car as they're ready to make their getaway. The same figure can be seen in the distance, attempting to chase the car away.
It's real. Back it up. Back it.
Go!
I'm trying to back up. I can't. I don't want to crash.
Whatever it is, it gives up halfway through, and the footage ends there. It looks as though this was the last video that particular channel ever posted. It's hard to tell what happened afterwards. Hopefully, everyone got away unharmed.
I'm trying to back up. I can't. I don't want to crash. He's coming back in the trees. He's gonna
Open! Close the window!
Soldier. Just when you think it can't get any worse, it does. The following clip is eerie and not for the faint of heart. With that out of the way, let's continue. Here's what we know. A man and his dog are exploring around their campsite. They're in the middle of nowhere in a forest not well known to campers or hikers. After hiking almost 10 minutes in the depths of the forest, the man and his dog start to feel rather uneasy, as if they are being followed. Dusk is settling in fast, and it's almost time to make camp. So the man is walking slowly, attempting to pick a spot suitable for his large tent.
Come here. Come on. This way.
The dog seems to be distracted by something, but it's not too out of the normal for a dog. That is until the camera pans to the right. A small, strange figure can be seen walking slowly between the trees.
Come on. This way.
It looks vaguely human, but its back is hunched, and it's walking in a strange, syncopated manner, making whatever it is quite unsettling indeed. The man doesn't react, so it soon becomes clear that he didn't see the strange figure at all. A lot of people in the comments seem to think that the figure is some kind of soldier, as it looks to have a uniform and a helmet of some kind. What do you think it could be? Is the explanation simple or supernatural in nature?
Come here. Come on. This way.
Tribal terror. You've never seen something like this. Given the foreign language, it's hard to make out the context of this next one. But that doesn't mean it's any less terrifying. Quite the opposite, in fact. The premise is easy enough. A group of motorists are ripping up the jungle on their bikes when they are stopped by the sight of a strange figure emerging from the thicket. One of the bikers starts hyperventilating, clearly panicked at this strange sight. The others are clearly confused, but they group around the biker in an attempt to figure out what's going on. The camera pans to the back of the lineup, and something pronounced makes a jump at them. It's hard to figure out what it is, though it definitely looks human. Many people in the comments claim that it's a member of a sacred tribe defending their territory from the noisy bikers. Some say it's an animal, though it doesn't really look like one. Whatever it is, it's definitely something terrifying nonetheless, and the native bikers are obviously terrified, having never seen something like this before, no doubt. So, what would you do in this situation? Let us know down below. Creature feature. A group of friends are on an annual camping trip deep in the heart of the forest. When one of them goes to the bathroom and doesn't come back, things take, well, quite an odd turn. Matthew has been gone for upwards of an hour now, and his friends are starting to get a little worried. That is, until they believe they finally spotted Matthew making his way back in the distance. But unfortunately for them, it wasn't Matthew at all. There's a strange, human-like shape between a large tree, and initially the group believes that it's Matthew trying to prank them or something, but then soon realize it's far from their friend indeed.
Somebody needs to call the police because call the cops on your phone. Call the cops on your phone.
There's someone talking right
What the hell is he doing? That's not Matthew. That's not Matthew. That's not Matthew.
The figure is standing motionless and is framed by surrounding trees. All of a sudden, the figure raises its hands and leaves its hand raised for way too long of a time. It looks as if the figure is wearing something white around their face, but it's hard to make out. Whatever it is, it's terrifying, that's for sure. The video ends there, and we're left with way more questions than answers here. It is still unknown if Matthew ever made it back to his friends. For his sake, we hope so.
Somebody needs to call the police because call the cops on your phone. Call the cops on your phone.
There's someone talking right
What the hell is he doing? That's not Matthew. That's not Matthew. That's not Matthew.
Alien-ish. Somewhere, deep in the Canadian wilderness, a group of friends are on a couple of snowmobiles in the dead of night. They've been camping there for a couple of weeks now, and have been having the time of their lives. That is, until now. The following footage the two campers captured is short and sweet, but don't let the length of the clip fool you into submission. What these two people managed to capture will make you shiver in fear, there's no doubt about it. The footage shows the two gliding across the snow, satisfying their need for speed, when their dog begins to start acting strange, like he's seen a ghost. The dog begins to bark and cry, clearly distressed at something he's seen. That's when they notice it. To their right, a strange alien-like creature can be seen. It's a tall, thin, humanoid figure, very alien in its appearance, standing right next to a few tree stumps in the middle of nowhere. The two snowmobilers notice the figure and quickly speed away from it, as their dog runs fast ahead of them. What do you make of this? Is this simply a Hollywood-level hoax, or something more sinister? Let us know down below. Unknown entity. This one will have you scratching your head, wondering what in the world it could possibly be. Once you rule out human or animal, what's left? It's just best to watch it and try to decide for yourself. Be wary though, it's not for the faint of heart. For a little bit of context, a Reddit user is camping somewhere in the expanse of her wooded backyard when she manages to capture some trail cam footage. The Reddit user goes on to claim that this is the first of many strange experiences that have been happening in her vicinity, and she's begging for someone to help her identify this so she can finally get some sleep. Watch for yourself and see. You'll see some kind of humanoid figure moving erratically back and forth, almost as if they are moving at double speed. The footage has not been tampered with, and nobody on Reddit can seem to figure out what it is. It's definitely not an animal, as its shape suggests something more human. but its movement and its actions are very inhuman and unnatural in appearance. Whatever it is, it's not something you need to see in your backyard, that's for sure. At this point, it's probably best to contact a realtor and sell the place, right?